4-5 is famous, baby. Here we go.
And we're back. 4-5 Radio, Clapboards. We got Keese in the building.
Yo.
Zeem in the building.
Yo.
Gates in the building. And we're here for our end of the decade, end of the year episode. Damn, where do we start? Like, there's so much to wrap up. So do you want to start with ending this decade, or you want to start with like a current
Basketball
and stuff, and then end it with all that stuff?
What do you think's what's gonna be the biggest argument? What's gonna take longer?
I
The
think
decade is gonna be longer stuff. There's mad shit that happens whole 10 years.
yeah. I think like debating albums. I think that's gonna be that's what we're gonna go back and forth with. Yeah.
All right, so we can start with basketball.
All right. So here we are, about three months in. We have a good understanding of how all these teams, like who they are. Like they are who they are. Some teams are gonna get a little bit better. Some teams are gonna get a little worse. How are we feeling about the current state of the NBA? Like who's the disappointing teams right now?
The Hawks.
The Hawks.
Yeah. I mean, not that I expected too much from them, but I want them at least fighting for the playoffs.
Yeah. I was going to say them too, but they missed John Collins for 25.
Yeah, John Collins and Kevin Huerter being hurt and missing games. And now he's back, but he's not the same. They lost Terry and Prince. So, like, their roster's bad, so I'm not surprised about where they're at. But I was just hoping, like, Trae Young is doing exactly. Trae Young is surpassing my expectations for how he's playing right now.
So how do you feel about him being the worst defensive player in the last 7 years?
Fuck it.
Right.
Fuck it. Like his offense is so good.
Build around him.
In the last 7 years, he's not worse.
What makes you say he's the worst in the last 7 years?
Like, so they have like.
You showed me that he was not the worst in the last. He wasn't. He didn't have the worst defensive rating.
Yes, he did. It was like your offense versus your defense.
Yeah.
And Trae Young had the absolute worst. Like
The
his
biggest
defense nulls out his offense.
It doesn't null it out.
Yes, it does.
Nah,
I showed you the chart.
But the NBA now is like team defense. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
like, you can be like historically bad, but still, like that doesn't really tell the story. Like,
Exactly. I feel like their team defense tells the story more than just, like, he's not ever going to be a great defensive player. Don't get me wrong. He's undersized. He's small, but his offense is going to take care of that. Like, you're not going to be too worried about that. You just got to surround him with the right people. Which John Collins missing is a huge, like, that was huge.
Yeah.
Because he protects the rim. They have no bigs right now. Like, they got Alex Len playing, like.
Yeah, and their two guards are two rookies.
Yeah, like, all their players are rookies.
It's still a young team.
Yeah, so I feel like if you surround him with good defensive players and a good center, like he's never going to be a plus defender ever, but it's not going to be as much as a problem as it is right now. Like right now it's showing because they're just all around bad.
Yeah.
But when you're that gifted offensively, it doesn't really – it matters, but the NBA game is different than anything else. So it matters, but it's not going to outweigh his offensive skill set and as quickly as he can erupt for as many points as he can. Or
Bro, he's
just
averaging like 29-8 right now.
Yeah, he can dictate the entire pace of a basketball game. So, like, you know what I'm saying? As bad as he is defensively, he can control the tempo of the entire game, regardless of that, on the offensive side of the ball. So that's big time.
Because that's the thing when I watch him. Like I see him go crazy on offense, and then I just see how bad he is on defense. And like that's why I went and looked for the stats, and someone had went and put it together, and it showed like it's not even that he's targeted. It's just like he doesn't play like his lanes. He doesn't play his role. Like it's bad. So I don't know.
Well,
that caught my
better
eye.
all around. Like,
And I was gonna say I've played, especially with guys like Trae who have so much offensive responsibility. Like nobody likes to say it, but yeah, they take plays off on defense. Like they do. They have to in order for them to even be able to make the plays they have to make down the stretch of the fourth quarter. If this is going to be a game in the fourth.
Trae literally has to score like 35 plus game for them to be like
in the game,
game
at all. Striking.
They could drop 40
like
and he gets
Cam
blown
Reddish
out
can't
still.
hit his shot. DeAndre Hunter's not. Like
DeAndre Hunter straight. Cam Reddish is god awful. Like,
bro.
I haven't lost complete faith in him, but it's looking bad right now.
Because he's had a couple games where like you saw it. Like
I think he had 2 games where you saw it, and that's
literally a
it.
couple games.
I mean, I'm big on Cam. I like Cam. I'm not going.
He got games like 1 for 12. Like
why are you big on him?
I'm big on him because I understand like what he is good at, and I understand like his game and how it can translate to the NBA. And outside of TRAE Young, he has the most potential on that entire team. Out of any like natural God-given ability, he has the most potential to be a star on that team than anybody else, other than TRAE Young. Literally. So like the first year, I didn't expect it to be, contender for Rookie of the Year or nothing like that. It's going to be a learning curve.
You gotta watch DeAndre Hunter though. Like,
I like DeAndre.
No, yeah, I was gonna
Hunter.
say. I think DeAndre
I see
Hunter's
Jimmy.
better.
I see
I like
Kawhi
him.
in him. Like not as maybe not never get there, but he's gonna be really good.
I like him. I do.
They have a good court. Like bro, they're all first, second year players. So
That's what I'm saying.
they
So I'm
have a
not
long
going to call
time.
it quits on Cam because it's not like there's savvy vets around that he's really learning the game from and the nuances of the league. It's a bunch of other young guys that's all competing for minutes. So you know what I'm saying? It's really like dog eat dog when you really think about it, even from the development aspect. Because it's a bunch of, you know what I'm saying? A young guy can't teach a young guy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
Facts, they got Vince Carter.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. He's great for them though. But that's it though. They needed like another guy or two like that, especially with the young wings and guards they got. So.
It's gonna be spooky when like they all start learning together and they all take that next step together. But it's gonna be 3-4 years.
It is for sure.
Yeah, because the league's getting better.
I think we all thought they were gonna take that jump this year just because
We got
like,
hype off
Last,
TRAE.
last year they ended the season so well too. That's why I was
Yeah,
like,
we
but
got
John
hype.
Collins being out and Kevin Herter being hurt, definitely like it took a hit. And then
TRAE Young got hurt too, though.
TRAE Young got hurt. I mean, he only missed a couple games, and then losing Tyrion Prince. So like,
There's a lot of things that changed up that
of
chemistry
things
and
that
that
changed
makeup
up.
of that team, for sure, heading into the season. I am surprised by the Suns' ability to, I don't want to say consistently win games, but consistently be a threat to win games every night. That was impressive. Especially, what impressed me the most about it was they did it without Aiden.
yeah.
They did it without him the entire time.
Booker finally got a point guard
Well,
with
Aiden
him
got
the
into
first
the
first
smoking
time
weed.
in
Rubio's exactly what he
an actual
needed.
point guard for once.
Okay.
And I think the most underrated player in all of this happening is Kelly Oubre. I think he's the he was like the missing link that's gonna like bring everything together. Because he's not a guy that's not afraid to mix it up. He could really score the
he's
ball.
nice.
You know what I mean? Like I really like him
He's
a lot.
tough.
His energy too.
Like,
That's so big
It's
for them.
infectious. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like people like you. If you got that player on your team that guys love playing with, you know what I'm saying? It makes it easier to play and it makes it more fun to play. Like
Yeah.
you just got a guy that you see out there that just goes out, plays hard, plays right. You know what I mean? So I think him and Book is gonna be dope. They're like a piece or two away.
Now's the time where a lot of the trade rumors are going to pop up. What teams need to make a move in order to like get into contention this year or like solidify their future?
Milwaukee. As good as they're playing, it's not enough. Like if they gotta go against LeBron, Kawhi, they're not winning the ship with just
What do they need?
A point guard.
Point
Drew
guard?
Holiday.
Yeah.
They gotta get rid of fucking this dude,
Eric Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe. Cause as like Chris Middleton's good, but he's still like a third option to me. Like he might have his nights where he's a second option, have his nights where he's getting hot, but you still need another
He's
guy.
not an
who's
all-star
like,
player.
I don't know.
He's not an
playing
all-star.
I like the Bucks.
they cannot stay pat, bro. They
I
can't.
fuck with Middleton.
Bro, you saw what happened against Philly. I mean, against Philly when how good they played against Kawhi. I mean, Giannis. Like how Embiid was D'ing him up. Like they need that other guy that's gonna.
And that's the thing. Like Middleton went off. Middleton had 30 something.
Yeah,
And so
but
they need like that other one, right?
Yeah,
like,
they need
where
another guy.
They
He's
take
not
out
second.
Giannis.
He's got to be like that third punch. He can't be that
Middleton?
second punch.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
guy.
If
every
Middleton
once
has
in a
a
while-
third punch, that's great.
Yeah.
That's championship.
Yeah.
I don't know. Middleton is tough.
But he's not,
yeah, not
in today's NBA.
He's not beating like.
If he's your Robin, he's the weakest Robin in the league.
Think about it. You got
When you look at the dude,
Kawhi and PG.
yeah.
You got
As far as
LeBron
the
and
team, He's the
AD.
worst
Yeah.
one.
You got
He's not even
Philly
that caliber of
and
player.
Embiid and Simmons.
and beating Simmons.
So
in
yeah,
the
you need
playoffs,
one more guy.
Harden and Westbrook.
And Eric Bledsoe just doesn't, bro. Last year, who's their backup? Hill.
George Hill, yeah.
No,
Yeah, Brogdon too.
yeah.
But Hill was
Brogdon,
playing
yeah.
way better than Bledsoe last year.
Hill is
in
better than
playoffs.
Bledsoe.
Yeah, he's more poised. He's gonna hit an open shot. Like Bledsoe,
Like for instance, if Hill was in Phoenix right now,
he's a solid guy. He's not gonna do nothing wrong. Bledsoe might do some dumb shit.
If he's in Phoenix right now, I got them locked to at least get. I would say I would lock them up as an A seed. with George Hill. At point guard.
Facts. They be
With
Like,
Ayton back and all of that in the mix. Yeah.
Wait, like over Rubio or
Yeah, I think he's better than Rubio too.
George Hill?
Yeah. Championship pedigree, bro. He's a winner.
I don't know about that.
And in the playoffs, he always plays better. His production always goes up in the playoffs. It never
George
goes
Hill's
down.
good in the playoffs.
You know what I'm saying? Like he always, I know what I'm getting from George Hill when I'm getting the postseason. I'm damn near getting a point guard that's gonna go from 14 a game to a point guard in a 7-game series.
If he was on Phoenix, he might not start, but in the games, he'll probably be in the
down the
games
stretch
over Rubio.
Like down the stretch,
Because he could hit an open. Rubio can't really shoot, and
he could hit an open shot.
Yeah,
He can play make.
he's shooting way better than normal this year, but I wouldn't rely on it.
I've seen him do it in the playoffs. That's the only reason why I say so. No, but he's not the answer. I'm just saying, like, as far as like a makeup of a point guard that you need in a playoff series, he's tough.
Mm-hmm. So I saw a report that Westbrook is available.
I did too.
And then I also seen another report that a lot of teams are looking into Cat.
I seen that too.
What do you think about? Here's something in my head. Like I didn't look at the contracts or anything like that. What about Westbrook and Capella for Cat? Like adding whatever you got to do to make it happen. Do you think that's a fair trade?
bro, if I could get Cat, I'm doing that.
Yeah, but like,
I don't think that's gonna
would the
happen.
Timberwolves do that?
The Timberwolves ultimately
know.
lose.
Yeah.
Because neither one of them stay in Minnesota.
Nobody stays.
I was just about to
Minnesota.
say, I feel like when it comes down to have meetings, whatever, about expansion and relocating cities, I feel like Minnesota has to be relocated as a franchise. In all honesty. I'm serious, bro. They're never gonna be able
give
to
them to
sustain a
Seattle.
roster. You feel me?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to, bro. It's Minnesota, bro.
Yeah, it's not even like
You don't want to live 15 years and play NBA. Granted, you're an NBA player making millions of dollars and all that. You got a beautiful home and all that, but it doesn't matter how beautiful your home is because 8 months of the year,
You're in
it's-
Minnesota.
you're in
Yeah.
the tundra.
I know what you're saying.
in the tundra.
Like,
Facts. And like how many players like come from Minnesota? Like it's not like the going home aspect of it where like the good players are going home to play.
and I'm pretty sure if you're from Minnesota and you've dealt with that snow
you
for
don't
20
want
years,
to ever
yeah,
be there
Get
again.
the fuck out. Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
trying to live there. No disrespect, home is home, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Nobody wants to go back
facts.
to Minnesota.
I'm not living in Minnesota.
But I mean, so how do you guys feel about the Harden Westbrook experiment right now?
It's fun.
I still think it works.
It's going how I thought it would go.
They
It's
win
like-
games.
yeah.
They
But
just
it only works when it doesn't work when no one's hitting their shot.
I mean, but like, how
think
often
that's-
can that happen? Like, what? Like, if they get hot at the right time, like if they get rolling at the end of the season, and like Jalen Rose said it before the season started, James Harden's not even really getting hot. Like if James Harden gets hot,
He's not getting hot.
but he's shooting. If he gets hot and shoots 60 shots, he's gonna have 100 points.
He's getting hot though.
Yeah, and
He's
but-
averaging 30 a game.
Yeah, but
It's pretty hot.
But some of them games, like he's shooting and he's missing, or he's shooting mad free throws and shit. Like I don't care about the free throw shit. That shit don't bother me. Like you can't guard him. That's your fault.
Yeah.
To me, I think the narrative on that team is just bogus because, I mean, over the last 10 games, Russell Westbrook, everything has went up across the board, all his percentages. He's shooting 36, 37 from three, 48 from the field,
past few games,
28 a game. Like he's improving, and James is still averaging 40. And the narrative is, can Russ and James work? And they're still top 4 in the West. Like it's clear it can work.
And they're both having a great season.
And this is what it is. They're trying to save the narrative of the Rockets because outside of James and Russ, that's not a championship level team at all. Like personnel,
not a playoff
it's
team.
not a championship. If you take them two off the team, they're looking at James Wiseman. They're looking at you know what I'm saying, Anthony, all them dudes,
They
Anthony
should get
Edwards.
the first 3 picks.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like, how do we keep? We have 2 stars in a major market. How do we keep the buzz where it needs to be? How do we keep a narrative? Keep eyes on the team. Oh, we keep the eyes on Russ and James. And can it work or not? It's clear it can work, but it's just we know they gotta get rid of D'Antoni.
Nah.
Why?
They gave him a lifetime.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because that's the way. It's not even his system.
It is.
It's not the system that's the problem. It's the personnel that he requires for the system that's not built for championship basketball. Like PJ Tucker is a perfect piece for his system. Eric Gordon is a perfect piece for his system. Clint Capella. perfect
Gordon
piece for
isn't
his
playing
system.
like Gordon.
Understand, but that's what I'm saying though. These are all guys that have inconsistencies in their careers as far as like You know what I'm saying? Numbers, period. So it's like when you get to the playoffs, the pace naturally slows down. And that's the fastest tempo in the league. So, you know what I mean? Now the pace naturally slows down. You only got 2 guys that know how to play the game and be effective offensively when the game slows down in your system.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, when they get, even, like, let's start with Harden. If he gets going, that opens it up for everyone else. Like, it's really like the LeBron effect, where I want you to stand there. I mean, when I pass it to you, you got to hit your shot. It's as simple as that.
But that's just not the best way to play.
Especially in the playoffs.
Not in the playoffs, not the best
That's
way
what
to
I'm
play.
saying. It's a clash.
But with Westbrook, like, now that gives him that second option where, okay, like, if I don't got it, then you better have it, and everyone else still better have it too.
And James Harden be getting like open shots because of Westbrook. Like, it's not like Westbrook's not helping Harden at all.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
His point average went up 9 points. Like,
And then just because he's
Yeah,
only
it's not
stepping back
just-
threes
yeah.
more, like, you know what I'm saying?
It comes down to in the playoffs, LeBron, AD, Kawhi, PG, the Clippers, the Lakers, those are still just better teams than
After those 2 players, like, just not even close.
and they fit better.
Clippers
like,
are deep.
yeah, the Clippers. That's the thing about the Clippers.
That's
They're
why I'm
so
not-
deep.
Yeah, I'm not really too. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm not gonna really judge the Rockets too tough this season, just because they got Russ kind of late on the fly. There wasn't much in free agency. They couldn't really look at the board and see what could they put around these two dudes to make them better.
All right, so
together.
the question I asked earlier, would you rather have Westbrook right now, or would you rather have Lou Williams and Harold on the Rockets?
Still Russ. Just
don't know.
because Lou Will and Harold don't make my personnel or us better than the Clippers and the Lakers do.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, I
they
don't know
play
either.
that role
That's
like
why.
to the T.
Like Lou Will's gonna hit an open jumper more than like Russ Westbrook. When James Harden gets double teamed and he passes to Russ like he has to attack. When he shoots it, it's like he's kind of questioning it. He doesn't just let it fly. He like, can I attack? Can I? They play off him. Then he feels like he has to shoot. But Lou Will is just gonna let that fly every time.
It's not like 2015.
And then
Russ
Montrezl
Reese.
Harrell just
It looks so
has gotten
confident.
better every year.
Yeah, I like Montrezl.
But
Harrell.
do you still think he develops the same way? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's another factor in it. I'm not saying I get what you're saying. We're going granted. Besides the fact that if Montrezl is developing that way, and I feel like Montrezl would be like he'd be like on that Middleton level of star, where it'd be like he'd be a great third piece. He got to be your third piece. And Lou Will can be a second option, but is he a championship level second option? That's the only thing. I just feel like Russ, regardless of the fact of the matter, you got a championship second level option.
I think it's like we see them on the Clippers and they fit that role so perfectly. It's like, can they do that somewhere else?
That's what I'm saying.
And Lou will probably.
systematic.
I mean,
Harold,
Lou Will, we
probably.
seen Lou Will do it.
And they'll probably fit. Just I don't know if it'd be like to that level where they're doing it now, because they can start on a bunch of teams. And
I agree.
Can we talk about like the proposal that they're throwing around as far as like a mid-season tournament and then
So give me the details on that. I seen it, but when I read just the highlights of it, I didn't even bother clicking the link because just was no point.
all right, so there's 2 things. One is the actual proposal that I seen, which sounds kind of trash to me. But then the other one is what Bill Simmons said it should go, and that sound like the perfect way to do it. The proposal they're throwing around right now is basically like kind of like how soccer does it, where it's not just a strictly like winner go home tournament, like one game tournament. It's like you got like a round, and then whoever, depending on the record is in those first games, like decides who's in the tournament. And like I don't know the way he threw it around. I don't know the exact details. If you want to look it up, but it didn't sound too good. But what Bill Simmons said is if you just have like the top 14 teams play a 1-game tournament, the 2 top seeds get a first round bye. And then every win in that tournament, so say the first round is worth 1 extra win. The second round worth 1 extra win. The third round worth, I think he said 3 wins, and then the championship round is worth 4 wins or 3 wins, something like that. But he said that those total
So
games.
you would go into the first. If you won 2 games, you would go into the first round up 2-0.
No,
playoffs.
So your win total.
wins on the season, right?
It'd be 2 added wins to your
okay,
record,
okay,
so that's a
At the end of the year, you could possibly have
then would
plus
you-
7 wins.
yeah. So at the end of the
wow.
world, at the end of the season, you could have like +7 wins added to your wins. So that would give a team like, so you had like
Borderline playoff team. Now you're
Yeah.
in. Oh wow.
So if you got hot at the right time during that midseason, like I don't know, it just sounds good to me. Like compared to, because think about like during this time of the season, December, January, February, it starts to get a little like stagnant. Like we already know who's good. We already know who's gonna be the top.
Yeah.
This will like switch
Spice it
things
up.
up. Yeah, spice it
You're
up.
not gonna know till the end of the season, legit.
Yeah, like it could give a team like imagine LeBron last year. Like imagine they would have won that tournament type shit. It would have changed the whole perspective. And then also
they would have changed it. Then he got hurt though.
he got hurt. But okay, so listen, another part of it was the 7 and 8 seed aren't like guaranteed spots. Like the 7 and 8 seed are still playing games, so they gotta play the 9 and 10 seed for like a best of, or what was that? Was it best of 3 or it might have been one game? But then that would have gave LeBron like whoever was the 8 seed last year would have had to see LeBron. Like that would have made things interesting. Like I don't know. It sounds good to me.
I like that.
I mean, that's cool if it's LeBron at the 10 seed, but not a lot of niggas want to watch. What did we just look? The 10 seed for the West was garbage.
So let's see. Let's see what it would be this year.
I don't know. I would just hate to see like a bad team get hot, win, make the playoffs. Like remember when
And have to watch him get swept.
Yeah, like remember when the Timberwolves made the playoffs over the Nuggets and it came down to like, the last game, and then Timberwolves were just trash in the playoffs.
Yeah. That was
Okay, so listen. So the 8 seed right now is Orlando versus they would play on Milwaukee. What's the difference between Orlando playing Milwaukee and
The Hornets?
Detroit playing Milwaukee or the Hornets playing Milwaukee? It's the same thing.
The Hornets is not the same thing as Orlando.
Bro, they had the same
I
record.
don't care.
Oh, so
They're both.
I mean, so really, like you would get some excitement in the middle of the season,
You would get some excitement in the middle of
and the
season.
same thing at the
You
end.
would have
You
that
think
9 and 10.
players would care enough? Like
because it results to wins. Yeah.
Yeah, it results to you get into the playoffs. That's more money for you.
Yeah.
So now they have an incentive not to tank because your record stays the same regardless. So you're still going to get that draft, but at least you got to play hard because you want to stay in that 10-11 range. So at least you have a fight for the playoffs and you get more money. That fixes a lot of issues, bro.
I don't know. I still think teams would tank. Like some teams know they're not making the playoffs.
Not if you're the 10 or 11 seed. Look, 12, 11, 10 all around is still 13 through 10 are still all around the same area.
So what
the whole
happens
conference is playing hard.
when the team that's gonna win the championship wins the tournament?
What do you mean? Like
Yeah.
say if Milwaukee won that midseason tournament,
Yeah,
they just be up on everybody else.
Yeah.
and then it does nothing.
But what are the odds they win in a one? Like you're watching that. You're watching it. What I'm trying to say is you're in tune. Like
See
as a
if
fan,
that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna
you're
watch
in
it.
tune. And as a 1-game tournament, there's a high chance they don't win that. As one game, like best of
Win or
7,
lose.
we know who's gonna win.
But what are the chances that a bad team wins it?
One
maybe
game
not a
chance.
bad team,
I don't think
but what's
so.
the chances of a team like Dallas? Like we didn't see Luka come in. What's a team like Dallas going from the 5th seed to now they won the tournament and they're now like
No, I
number
see
2.
that.
It just brings more interest. Is what I'm saying.
No, I mean I would watch it. And I think it'd be more interesting. I just don't know if like the outcome would be what everyone thinks it's gonna be.
Yeah,
Like the chance is there, but like,
It,
But even if they don't win it, even if Dallas didn't win it, say they just made it to the championship,
or even if
that's
they made it to
still
the third
plus
round,
that's
3
still
wins.
plus
is the
3 wins.
NBA gonna like? Is the NBA gonna make their money back for how much they're gonna push this though? Like, I don't think it's gonna be like NBA Finals on TV.
It's better than
not, but
All-Star
it's gonna
Weekend.
be more than regular season.
It's gonna
more
be
people
than
would be-
All-Star Weekend.
yeah,
It'd be more exciting than All Star Weekend, also. Yes,
bro, All-Star Weekend's been dry the past like 5 years.
I don't really watch it.
They need to gas that. Like the All-Star game. Like they need to do something
but
with that. to
people
make
don't
them
really
play
care because
harder.
it's not real. It's not.
Yeah,
I mean,
This would be real. It's a real.
if it has meaning, then it adds value.
Meaningless games. It's pretty pointless.
Well, what about the Sixers? Like, I think that showed you like when Embiid's on point and they're hitting their shots. Like that could be a scary ass team.
Yeah, but they always have shown that. Flashes, that's it. They're not consistent.
So I mean, eventually they got to get it together, right?
When?
I mean, I would hope.
when they get rid of Brett Brown, which should have been happening.
You don't like them?
No, bro, their offense is their main problem. What keeps them in games is defense. Like they're good all around defensively. Like 1 through 5, they're all good
Yeah,
on
like
defense.
no matter what, you can't fuck that up on defense.
But,
They
like,
got 5.
What about Simmons? Is he
I was just about to say people aren't gonna like what I
Is
gotta
he an
say.
issue or?
Yeah, he's an issue.
He's an issue.
I think
but
he's an issue,
I don't
like-
get rid of I don't get rid of him unless I see what another coach could do with him. If I bring in another coach and it's the same shit, then I'm getting rid of him. But I gotta see because they don't run nothing. They don't run anything. They don't run no. They're like run no pick and roll, and that makes 0 sense in today's NBA. And that makes,
Makes
zero
sense
sense.
for Ben Simmons.
Yeah, would that have been Simmons to run no pick and roll? Like, are you
You can't
kidding
shoot
me?
the ball and you're not gonna put him in pick and roll with Embiid.
Shit
you can't
makes no
shoot.
sense.
And Horford.
Yeah.
Either or. Tobias
It's not even
Harris.
pick and roll. It's just pick and fill in the blank.
Yeah, do whatever you want to do after.
Read the
Like I
defense.
said last year, I feel like he could easily be playing that Draymond spot where sometimes he's the picker and then he's running through the rim, like getting the ball, and making decisions. Like he's more athletic than Draymond. He's a better passer than Draymond. Like, why can't he be doing that same
Yeah,
thing?
they don't run cuts for him. Nothing.
But do you think now, plot twist? Do you think that's because they don't schematically want to, or do you think that's more of Ben Simmons not wanting to and wanting to be on ball and be that just strictly facilitate guy from that position? Because I feel like a lot of the issues Ben Simmons got in his game
I mean,
are correct.
he has no other choice. Like, who have they put around him to do that besides him? Trey Burke?
Yeah, he can play, and he should play. Absolutely. Like, not even trying to be funny. Trey Burke should be playing. Like, that should be when you should have Trey Burke on the ball. Like Gay said, when you want to slide him off the ball because he's an on-ball scorer and he's a great spot-up shooter and he's a great jump shooter. Period. So like, yeah, that's perfect for what Gates is saying. You can have Trey Burke in the game because it can't be Richardson because he's not good enough making decisions with the ball as a primary ball handler. He's just a scorer. So you can't do that with him in the game and have Simmons off ball because now you don't have a guy on ball that's making enough of the right decisions. But with Trey Burke, you can do that, like what Gates said, where you can have Trey Burke and Ben Simmons pick and rolls. And it could be getting Ben Simmons running to the basket and having him play make already coming downhill. You see what I'm saying? But like,
I get what you're saying. I don't even think it's that, though. I think it comes down to Ben Simmons needs to be aggressive. And in situations where he doesn't have the ball and he's off the ball, then he still needs to be aggressive. Like, he needs to be making those cuts. And they need to set him up for that. Because there's so many weapons around him still. Like, they still have a pretty deep team. And it's like, you wouldn't even know.
Like, but that's why I say they're correctable within Ben Simmons because it's like the world knows he can't and won't shoot a jump shot, right? We all know that. So off ball, teams already know, bro. We don't even care what you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna key in on okay, you're gonna go opposite off the screen. They're gonna try to get the ball to Embiid on the opposite block. Let him go to work. We're just gonna double off you. Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna opposite skip that to Ben Simmons, that's what we want. Like, we're good.
But that's the thing
Yeah,
with
he's not shooting
it's
that
not
shit.
even not even just Simmons. Like even Embiid, bro, they give him the ball at the top of the key, 3-point
shoots too
line,
much jump
way too much. Where it's just, but a lot of times he has no choice but to shoot because they leave him open. But why is he even out there like that? So, like I said, to me, it's coaching. To me, like
Him and Horford shouldn't play as much together as they should.
if they could bring in another coach and the same problems, then yeah, start making moves. But I gotta see what another coach could do first.
But you keep Tobias Harris over Ben Simmons? Like,
Yeah. If it come down to it,
hell no.
Tobias
it's
Harris
not that
is-
he's better, but you could get more for Simmons too.
Yeah, you can get more, and Tobias Harris is not the problem to me. Like, schematically, he's a player that can fit in any system because he can do everything. And
He's not playing like great though.
He's not better than Ben Simmons, but he's a more adaptable piece than Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Moving forward. So like
Embiid and Simmons might just not work.
It just-
that could be a
yeah.
possibility too.
That could be it.
Let's just get into the albums. I think that's what we're here for. Are we doing top 5 or top 10?
Like I said, we could do top 5 and just throw mention what
I got my 10.
because 10 is hard to do, bro.
No, it's not.
my 5 might even be in the 10 because we're talking about that decade. We're talking about like pivotal building blocks to get to where we are today in music.
Yeah.
Like, so I feel like a lot of them that we might think we're going to go on different paths, but I feel like we're going to be a lot more similar than we even think.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Not
with these
just
guys.
Let me hear you.
All right, my top 5 is Take Care, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Blonde, Nothing Was the Same, Watch the Throne. That's my top 5.
Okay, we got some similarities.
Told you.
We got some similarities.
Told you.
What are you thinking, Keith? What's your top 5?
I God. Nothing was the same in there. Good Kid, Mad City. I was debating on Forest Hills Drive just because I liked the fact of what he did with that entire project, and it was all him.
On the camera still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was leaning toward Watch the Throne as well, just because it's like, it's them two. That was a pivotal point in music, period. And that happened within a decade. And then my fifth spot was kind of still up for grabs. I really couldn't narrow it
French
down.
Montana.
It's a mixtape. That's why I was going to stay with.
Nah, we do like
You
Gates
could throw a
said.
tape in there.
Okay, so that was my Mac and Cheese 3. And it's not even because it's like from a music standpoint, bro. It's not even music.
I was just gonna say, like, what's your guys' criteria? Like, what makes these like your top?
I want to know like your personal.
It's in there
Yeah.
because it had enough songs on there to me and enough quotables on there that like that was my first time, like that was me becoming like a man leaving home for the first time. And that was the first project that I like used like a lot of like the lyrics and quotables from like
That shit
just
hit
the-
you.
Yeah, in certain ways. And it was like I said, it's not even from a piece of music, like a, you know what I'm saying, piece of art standpoint. It's definitely not a top 10, you know what I'm saying, piece of art, but like what it did for me sentimental value wise and like just me kind of progressing, it was kind of like big in the start. It reminds me of the start,
Yeah,
like of it all. So
I got my 5.
Go ahead.
So, Love is Rage.
of course, that's one thing.
Take Care.
That's Drake.
Live Love ASAP.
Oh wow, that's a good
Hold on,
one.
wait. How many did I say already?
That's 3.
3.
Okay, yeah.
If-
Blonde
Okay.
and
Jan is blonde.
Jesus.
Yeah, that blonde.
And Yeezus. I can't handle my liquor.
Hey yo,
That song is crazy.
Yes. Hey, yo, but I-
You know what's crazy?
To Live Love ASAP, if I could insert an album, because that's in that same year. That's like Mac and Cheese 3 was the first thing that year, and then ASAP dropped that. And then
Yo, that was such a good year for music.
That's
That shit was
2012.
crazy.
It's 2012.
Yeah.
Bro, those are all, for me, those are all, well, not all of them. I like specifically Live Love ASAP, Long Live ASAP,
Only ASAP. Wow.
Yeezus and Love is Rage are all 3 that like they just changed what I thought about music. Like they changed, like they made me have to go back.
Wait,
and think
which
about what
3?
Huh?
Which 3?
Yeezus.
Because you didn't like Yeezus at first.
Yeah,
I'll
I
never
hated
forget
Yeezus
that.
at first. I didn't like Yeezus for like the first year, and then like I don't know, it just started hitting out of nowhere. Probably because of Kanye's interviews, I started seeing what he's saying, and I went back. I was like, yo, he's really talking some shit on here. People don't even realize like he's saying some shit. But that Love is Rage, because that was just my introduction to Uzi, and Uzi changed it for me too. And then what was the other one I said?
ASAP.
ASAP. Oh yeah, ASAP. Yeah.
And I gotta say,
everything for
that's
me too.
definitely because at that time, me and Gates was probably like the only ones that really like was jacking the ASAP wave, and everybody was like, "Bro, what are y'all on?" Like,
I didn't like ASAP.
nobody did, because I remember my Twitter handle was ASAP Keys. I'm not gonna forget it. That was my first Twitter handle. And Gates was what was yours, Gates?
ASAP Gates.
Facts. That was the first original Twitters. Those was our handles. So I already knew, like, oh yeah, that I fuck with the mob tough.
Damn, that's tough.
The mob fuck with the mob tough, bro. Definitely.
That's crazy. It's been almost 10 years.
Mine is. No, I got a whole bunch of Drake in.
Might be
5 Drake albums.
Views, Nothing Was the Same, Watch the Throne, Good Kid, Mad City, Take Care.
Whoa.
Not in order.
How you got views and
Bro, I love Views, bro. I love Views.
is Take Care in there?
Yeah, he had it.
Views, nothing was the same. Take
Watch the
Care. Okay,
Throne,
okay.
Good Kid, Mad City.
I thought you had views over Take Care. I was like,
Views is my favorite Drake album, though.
So I was listening to it today. That's a great ass album.
Yeah, bro.
I think I don't know why people don't like it, because like it goes songs for song. That shit's pretty much untouchable.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It was, and then, like, the way, like, I feel like it really has a song for everything. Like, no
Yeah.
matter what. Like, I remember I think we did it on Clapboards. You told the story about when you was listening to the album and you was riding through the trenches in Hartford
Oh,
and
yeah.
Grammys came on. Like,
I went from
that's
Hartford to Plainville.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a good ass album, and it's a long. There's like 19 songs and then like one bonus track with Hotline Bling. Like, it's a long album, and that's a lot of people's gripe with it. But you could pick any song out of there, and it's gonna be a good ass song. Like, the only one that might be questionable is Pop Style. That's the only
that's
one.
the only song I don't really feel me.
And probably like if you play 2K, then Hype. Like, that's
But that's if you play 2K.
Yeah.
That intro is crazy. Like that intro.
Keep the Family Close.
I was in Miami when that dropped, and that intro was crazy. I played that back like a million times driving.
that shit's like James Bond. That's just so good. Yo, you know what's one of my most listened to songs this year? Computers.
Why?
Bro, I love that song.
No, it's
Rowdy Rebel and Bobby Shmurda. I swear to God. Yes. Yo, I love that song. That song has not gotten old.
Some music is just timeless, bro.
Somebody with that too.
That's how you
I'll be
really
listening
feeling.
to the G Herbo one myself. I can't even.
Yeah, I just listened to G Herbo one.
Yeah.
So could you guys go 10? Like, could you drop another 5 albums?
Trap Soul.
Yeah, I like that pick.
I gotta throw P&D in there.
The thing is, like, how can you mention Trap Soul? Like, how can you mention Bryson Tiller and not mention Party Next Door?
Party Next Door. See, the Party Next Door 1 and 2 is crazy. But the way that like me and like the way that I don't know, like Trap Soul took me right away. Like once I heard Trap Soul, I was like, wow, like this is great. Like I did the same thing with Party, but like I just wasn't in the same place. Like for Party,
Wrong
like,
time.
Yeah, it was like the wrong. Like I heard Party, and I feel me. I'm a Drake fan, so I heard Party. It was Drake people. I was like, oh, this is hard. Like it was crazy. But when I heard that Tiller, I was like, oh man. Like I kept seeing it on like Vines and shit. I just kept seeing that shit, and I was like, man, let me look. And I just seen the album cover a few times. I said, man, let me look into this. Top to bottom, no skips.
Not one.
That's why people hate his second album so much, and I think it's good.
I think it's good. It's not great. It's good.
It's not great, but it's good, and people say it's trash just because you can't measure up.
I think one of his best songs is on his second album. The she'll put a gun for me. Pop two, she'll take one.
Yeah,
I love
come
that
on.
song.
Dude, just crazy.
He's tough.
Nah, Tiller is one of my favorite artists like that I started listening to. Who's somebody that you like?
I would have to throw Future in there too. Monster. Monster for me. That'd be my top 10.
Gotta be.
Yeah, I don't have Future in my top 10.
Is Monster better than DS2?
I'm about to say I might have DS2 in there.
So
I'm
I
not saying
don't
you're
know.
wrong.
Like,
I agree. I think all three of those tapes
All
are
three
better
of them are
than
better than
DS2.
DS2 to me.
I think all three of them are better than DS2. But
DS2 was just when the hype went like
Yeah,
overload.
it was
that's
like
when
out of
everybody
this
was
world.
but
on them.
those songs are still incredible.
they are.
Like
They're not
Stick
better
Talk
They're
and
not better than it's not better than Monster to me.
Perfect Set and Stripper
like,
Joint.
I would probably take Monster over everything, but I can definitely see the argument for DS2 being his best. Like it's 1A, 1B.
I can see it.
But I wouldn't take Beast Mode or 56 Nights over DS2.
I think there's song for song there. They just don't have enough songs. I think if you go song for song, it's the same quality of heat from DS2 on those shits too.
You see, my
What
thing.
project
with
did Big Sean drop that year? That same year.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like that.
Yeah, that's
I like
that's
that.
a sleeper.
I like that.
I mean, I feel
like
like I'm not gonna throw any Big Sean projects in my top 10, but he's like of the
He's got
decade.
top-
He's one of my
yeah.
favorite artists. Like
He's a
I don't know,
he's probably
just,
top 10 of the decade.
He's just in there. Like
He just
he's a
don't-
middleman, kind of like.
He just don't have that project. Like,
Yeah, he's
That
like
one that
he's like the
just-
2012
He
Memphis
just-
Grizzlies.
Oh my god. of rap. Like he's a great
what player is
contender.
Big Sean?
Big Sean is Marc Gasol.
You're so disrespectful. In the league, if he had to cut like okay, like
Nah, like right now,
Like, he got some flash. Like, he could put up 45 one night.
but you can't even say that because
D-Lo.
it's not like he's ever putting up 8.
D-Lo.
he might be D-Lo.
Big Sean D-Lo.
He's a star. You know he's a star.
Because, the thing is, like, Big Sean, like, he was in that conversation where, like, it was Drake, J. Cole, Big Sean.
Yeah,
And then, like, Kendrick came along, and then Kendrick got, like, kind of overshadowed him. Like, he was up there at one point, like, those three came in together, and they were the ones.
Control verse, there was nothing else.
And Big Sean had the best control verse. That's the sick part.
But just the way that Kendrick came about it, like, and the hype that came with it.
How was his version of Kendrick's?
Bro, Kendrick pulled a game. That's all he did. He name dropped. That was all.
Nah, control
Like,
verse was hard.
no, Big Sean's control verse was really hard. Kendrick's was just like, I don't even know what to call it. It was just, it was edgy.
If you're saying it's just shock value, that's
really what it was.
Plays a part of that, makes it harder.
I mean, it was cool. Like, it was
That's
cool
the
at the
same
time.
reason
But
why
like, if you listen to it now,
That's
you're
the
not
s-
like, oh my god.
That's the same reason why Pusha won the Drake beef, because of shock value.
Yes.
So that could push you
Oh,
over.
that shit.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like when you go back and listen to the songs, who had the
I
better
listen to
song?
that shit in a minute.
Drake had the better song. It's just like
Talk that shit.
Drake said it best in the interview that he just had. Like I can't be you revealing that the biggest artist in the world has a kid. Like
That's a fact.
it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But when you go back and listen line for line, like Drake had the better song. So I mean, he won the beef off of that, but song for song, Drake got it.
Damn, I might have Section 80 in my shit. No cap.
Great. Yo, you know what was crazy?
Kendrick,
2011,
Yo,
I seen
talked
Kendrick
so
and
much
Rocky.
shit about Kendrick when I first heard about him. I was like, who the fuck is this? And then he had the song on Take Care, and I didn't even listen to it just because it was all him.
Oh my god!
But
Yo,
then-
that might be one of his best songs.
Yo, and then I went back like after time, like I went back and listened to it once I started listening to Kendrick. But
Would y'all look at me crazy if I had Just for Fun in my shit?
already,
Not even because like just branched off what Gates was saying. I was trying to think of a project that like changed my thought about music. And like I loved Uzi as a mumble rapper, and I would say up until 2017, I wouldn't even open the right part of my ear for Young Thug. Like I wouldn't do it. But then 2017 came around, I started, you know what I'm saying, listening to him more and more and being around somebody who liked him more. And I started to realize, like, I wasn't digging this shit at first, but he a different animal, bro.
He's tough. He's
Okay.
just hurt.
Kendrick
Thug.
or Thug? Oh yeah.
Thug is hot.
Doug for me is just there's just like I compare him a little bit to Chief, where there's a lot of songs I like, but there's also a lot of songs
You don't.
that I don't like at all. I wouldn't listen to. But
Yeah, like he's a 50% shooter.
But that last album
just for fun was good
ridiculous, bro.
Yeah,
It's
that's his best one. That's his first project where top to bottom, great songs.
Great songs.
Because a lot of his top
Yo,
albums are like top
you
heavy.
watched the interview with Drake. You seen how he said he sent him Little Baby and he never looked at it? Like he never looked at the text.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't hear that.
He said that like, in the it's probably like the first hour of it. He was like just talking about like how he goes through like verses and shit. And he said he was looking through his phone and he seen that Thug sent him Lil Baby, the song Lil Baby on Just for Fun.
Oh
And he
shit!
sent him that. Because
Damn.
that's when he said that his favorite albums were the Thug shit and the Baby Keem albums. But
What? That's a great album. But yo, I'm about to call Marty. And we're gonna get his top five.
No,
We're gonna get his top five. I
Travis
gotta hear
Scott,
this.
It's gonna be 5 Travis Scott and Kanye albums.
I'm not one of them six in there.
Put your headphones
I
on.
like
Keith.
birds. I like birds.
Yo, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
What's your top five?
Top 5 of the year?
Top 5 albums of the decade.
You could hear him on your,
Oh,
your
snap.
headphones.
Hold on.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'll repeat it.
Well, number one's going to be My Beautiful Dark Fantasy.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
It don't gotta be in order.
That's going to be the order. Oh, so 2 is going to be Birds in the Trap.
Birds in the Trap.
Birds in the Trap.
Kanye,
Good Kid, Mad City.
Travis.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Oh, Kendrick.
Damn, this is tough. I like Nothing Was the Same.
Nothing was the same.
Okay.
Go ahead, Marty.
That 5th one, damn, that 5th one's hard. Fuck. Wow. Watch the Throne.
Watch the Throne. That's not bad.
I think
what did I say though? I said
almost
there was
all
a
of
lot
us had Watch the
similarities.
Throne.
Yeah.
And all of us had either Watch the Throne, Nothing Was the Same,
Or Good Kid, Mad City.
and Good Kid,
Yeah,
Mad City.
I thought you would be the one to go left.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like Rodeo or something.
Yo, no funny. I had to think. I was about to say Rodeo, but then I thought about the years.
Yeah.
I had to look it up.
That's too classic.
I had to look it up and make sure like I knew I was like it was like after it was summer after our senior year that Watch the Throne came out.
But that's one of those
No,
things.
summer
where,
of.
like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's one of those things where like tomorrow you go see an album or something on your Apple Music. You be like,
Yeah, you were like, damn, I should have threw that in there.
That's why I hate when I be tweeting like I be like, oh, this is the best album of the year. Like I said that about Igor, then I heard So Much Fun again.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that might be album of the year.
What about Baby Keem?
Honestly, I play like a few songs. I can't really get into it.
All right, Marty, your time is up.
I gotta try it again though.
No, definitely peep that.
Again.
But all right, we're gonna hit you.
For sure.
All right. You didn't.
I swear to God, bro. You didn't see that?
I wish I saw that. I hate Ebro.
Oh my God, you would have loved this. You're gonna love this. Me and Ebro get into it. So Ebro tweets out a list of like young New York rappers, right? And he's like, he names like about 10 artists, bro. And he's like, yo, for me, they all fire. They put New York on, they holding it down. Like, give me some other artists that's hot from New York. And I quoted it and I said, yo, like, at J. Chris died or something? And he had the audacity to quote my shit back, like, does at J. Chris have any new music right now? Then he goes, Space, is it fire? Are people bumping it? Does anybody even listen to him?
Oh my God. I can't stand him because he swears like he has like the fucking ear of God and everything. Like he's hip to everything. Like, bro, like you and Flex gotta hang it up.
Hang it up. So he sounded so
Flex
ridiculous.
bomb for that.
he sounded so ridiculous.
shit up.
One time, yeah. For real, man. So this is it gets even worse. So after he says that, I'm like, this idiot, he's so out of tune. He doesn't even know J. Chris probably the hottest nigga in Brooklyn right now. Probably like for the kids, everybody. So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, I'll make him look bad. So I'm like, before I do that though, I'm gonna go look up all these artists he got, right? That's how I even figured out who the fuck Chef G was, a couple of these other dudes.
Yo, you can pause this.
Nah, so continue your Ebro story.
So I figured out who a couple of these artists are. So I'm looking at their content, looking at their views. Some of these dudes aren't even cracking 1 million views on these videos in 2-3 years. So I'm like, all right. I already know how Ebro give it up, like.
Didn't Chris just drop the song like the day before that, right?
Yeah, he dropped cameras. He dropped cameras. So I'm like, let me go see what Chris just dropped. I'll go watch. It was the same day. The video was 6 hours old. It already had 60,000 views. So I'm like, I quoted it to Ebro. I'm like, this going to answer all your questions, like, do people listen to Chris, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that boy did 1 million in a week.
Come on. Then I added them again after that. Like a week later, it's over 1 million. Some of your dudes is not even doing that in 3 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when does it become you just being blatant shade? And you know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, because I know how Ebro give it up. There's been countless dudes that have went on the record saying, like, when Ebro don't really rock with you, he kind of like side-eye, throw like shade and shit. That's just how he is, especially young New York dudes.
Mm-hmm.
If he don't rock with you and you from New York, he kind of like belittle you in a way. So then I sent him that, and then Chris jumped in it, and just told him, like, you a silly-ass old nigga. I was just crying, laughing, and Ebro never even said nothing after that at all. Left it alone. I'm like, bro, you just corny, because you really tried to, he added Chris and all that. He brought Chris into it. He added him. So that's when I had to, like, all right, let me do my homework, whatever. And I noticed, like, all right, bro, you just named 10 artists from New York. 7 of them I never even knew existed. And
Facts.
Combined, they don't even have 10 million views on all their shit. And it's like,
That's the thing. Like, I don't know who has staying power. Like, I can only think of Uzi and Cardi. Like, I can't say like someone's gonna have to be Drake level within the next decade.
Baby's gonna be out here for the next decade.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's gonna be huge, but I think he's gonna be.
I don't think he's gonna be
decade.
Drake, but
Like,
I think the
he's gonna
baby's
stick around.
he's gonna stick around.
I think he'll end up becoming a better as far. I think he'll do the
He's gonna
crossover,
get
like
he's
how
gonna
Hov
get
and
better
Diddy
at what
did,
he does.
but not to the same level. I feel like he's gonna have a label, and he's gonna be better at putting talent on and getting talent in.
I don't think he, like, if you notice, like, the people that have staying power like that, they all make a certain type of music. Like, it's a well-rounded music. Like, Jay-Z, like, he's someone that has always had staying power.
But you're
All right, but
saying
think about
you're
it, all
sitting
right.
there saying Playboy Cardi, and Playboy Cardi doesn't like.
Bro,
what does
he's
he
hardly
do?
staying around. But
Like,
like
he's-
somebody like Meek Mill, like not saying he's the same type of rapper as Meek Mill, But Meek Mill, who's somebody who had a certain like sound and like he's stuck around through the whole decade. I feel like he's gonna be something like that. Like
I could agree.
not
with
that he makes the same type of music, but he's gonna like always
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
could
right
agree
there
with that.
type shit. For the
Because
next decade.
you gotta think of it, like Drake's gonna be fucking, bro. He's gonna be like 45.
I mean, in the interview, he said he doesn't. He said he doesn't see himself rapping past 40.
Yeah,
But then
Nobody
he
does,
said
though.
he said at 26 he truly believed that at 35 he wasn't gonna rap anymore. But now he's gonna keep rapping.
I think he's gonna keep, even if it's not like the same type of rap he's making now. He's gonna
Yeah.
keep making music. Like
because
might
he's
come
gonna
up with
be
a
able to.
whole-
Because he kind of tries it now to be like that whole rap like talk too expensive for other people.
that's
Like,
what
he
it
does
is.
That shit.
And
I thought he was doing it a little too early, but now it just sounds so good. I don't even care.
what I'm trying to say
Make me
is someone's
feel
gonna
rich.
come and someone has to be at that Drake level. Like someone's gonna be fucking 25 to 30 years old and they're gonna resonate with everyone that's like around that age group.
Okay.
Because Drake's gonna like he's only getting older.
Like, if that artist is, I don't think the artist is here right now.
I don't think so either. Like I can't.
I could.
I wouldn't bet on anybody like to
But
be
y'all gotta
that
understand
level.
what y'all trying exactly. Like that's like saying like literally in the sport of rap, he's like that's like saying we're gonna see another Bron. Like we just seen Bron for the last 20 years, and it's like we asking anybody showing a signs of being the next Bron. Like
But if you asked me in 2010, like I would have said Drake's gonna about to run this decade. I would have said that
Yeah,
in 2010.
yeah, we knew that.
yeah,
So
but
there's
that's
nobody
because of what,
right. There's
though?
nobody right now who I'm like, yeah, he's probably good.
But that was a build up from like 07 to 2010, in which we by 2010 we was like okay.
No, it wasn't. It was 09.
It was
Yeah, it
09.
was
Best I ever
09.
had came out in 09.
Yeah, that's the mainstream
And
type
then-
of shit. But you know what I'm saying? There was songs before Best I Ever Had. that
But
niggas
we
was
didn't.
listening
Yeah,
Like,
like-
but people didn't. I'm
Like
not gonna
people
act
got
like-
hip.
Is Ransom before,
08.
Ransom is before or after? Like all that shit.
What was that?
Ransom's after 09.
No, Ransom was before.
That's what I'm saying.
Ransom was before So Far Gone.
That shit is before that.
08.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
was
I'm
like
saying, like
people
07,
started
08.
getting hip 08,
He was on. He was
and
on,
like he
yeah,
became him after So Far Gone, which
That's
was
what I'm saying.
09.
Nah, that's facts. That's
So I said
facts. That's
Drake, like,
facts. Because he
07,
came
08.
out. I started listening to Drake in the early parts of 09.
I'm trying to tell you.
Like
You-
late. It was like late 08. Like oh yeah, facts. No,
07,
08.
I'm
A
trying
fact.
to tell you,
08. Like it was like the end of my freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to Say What's Real.
and that shit wasn't even new. That shit had been out. I feel like
Yeah.
niggas just wasn't really bumping Drake.
Say What's Real, Closer to My Dreams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
definitely.
So yeah, by 2010 we was
Then
like,
I
okay.
found-
So
what
that's what I'm
was
saying.
his
I see
first tape?
nobody right now who's like giving me
No.
that same type of vibe.
Nobody.
That's gonna run the next year.
There's nobody
Nobody.
that had dropped 17, 18 that we seeing as a budding star now.
I really feel like Drake is still gonna be Drake through this next decade.
He
And
is
I-
like
I feel
just like
Kendrick is
Hove.
too.
Hove was
Yeah.
like Hove
Just
was
like
Hove.
Kanye. Look,
Yeah.
even though people don't talk shit about Kanye, but Kanye, look at the albums he dropped this decade, he's still very
Bro,
relevant.
Drake
this
couldn't
decade.
even talk bad about Kanye.
I mean, you can because I mean he has his resume. Like his resume is
Yeah.
untouchable.
Like that's why I feel like Kanye is really at the point where like when you feel like you can do whatever the fuck you want, like
When you feel like you could do whatever you want, you drop a gospel album.
Yeah.
Piss the world off.
That's what I'm saying with Drake. Like by 2028, he might be dropping like some like a whole like Spanish track or some shit, like just to do it.
Nah,
Why
go
not?
straight, go straight UK
Yeah, or straight
drill.
UK.
I like UK Drake. Give me UK Drake.
So, but why don't you like UK music?
I don't know.
But you like, okay,
Like
Drake.
Skepta's hard.
Skepta's I
Skepta's
found.
hard.
Pop Smoke sound like he from the UK.
I like the.
does.
I found I had to like go through and listen to the whole Top Boy shit after watching the show. Like I
It's
had to
not
go
bad.
back.
Top boy show of the year.
My son Killer introduced us to this
Facts.
wave too, man. Shout out Killer, man. Cam had it with the Bird Gang out there in the UK.
Yeah,
Come on.
niggas know. Niggas
Yeah,
know.
Shout out Killer, man. Trendsetter.
Yeah.
Like Fab came in hot. Like There's No Competition 3,
Fab started the decade.
Soul Tape,
Yeah.
and then he just
I mean, but that was the end of Fab's prime. He 40 now. So
Yeah,
that
that's
was he
crazy.
was 30. Like
Nigga just dropped Apology
like when did
Project.
but when did the Freestyle Friday? Because Freestyle Friday
like
shit
three
was
years.
crazy.
yeah, that was fire.
We
but
cannot.
But
we
we
can-
not going. But we not. I
But
can't get
bro,
out-
listen,
I
a
just-
lot of
if I
people
can't
act like
give
that
Drake-
didn't happen.
No, if I can't give Drake the care package, shit.
Nah,
as a
but Drake considers
project,
that an album though. You feel me? I'm talking about albums. Like, I mean, And like the
That's what I'm saying. I
Friday
don't know how you can
shit,
consider
the
that
Friday
album
shit,
for me.
no matter what, he can't get that shit on no Apple Music because all them shits are like old beats. Like he's not gonna be able to get all that shit approved.
No, I'm not. I was saying from the aspect of it being you dropping a couple tracks that end up being pieced together schematically. Of course, that's what your scheme was to do, but like it wasn't dropped initially as a project. They were singles and tracks that you composed together to make a project.
Nah, they were just freestyles that he threw. Like I'm not saying that it's like a body of work. I'm saying for
He turned it
Fab's
into a
case,
body of work,
Fab's
though.
biggest case, Fab has the bodies of work. His biggest case from 2013 to 2020 are his bars. How corny is he gonna be?
Yeah.
That's what people. I mean, I love Fab, so I'm not saying that. He do be kind
But
of
you
corny
understand why
sometimes.
people say
But I
that.
understand why people say that. So I'm saying a lot of people act like people be like, oh, after So Tape, nah,
No,
that Freestyle
no.
Friday shit. And
Not even that. What
and-
album is that with Johan on the cover?
yeah, the
Young
OG,
OG?
project.
That shit was trash.
What? The first one.
That shit was trash.
It had a
shit
couple
was
songs.
alright,
It had a
bro.
couple
OG
good
project was
songs.
trash.
That shit was alright.
It had a couple good
Had a
songs.
couple good songs.
And
Whoa,
French,
whoa, whoa.
French was the highlight of that. French bodied him on that shit.
French was in his prime
So he still bodied him on that shit.
I'm not even gonna say all that.
because he had a nice hook.
Bro, fuck the hook.
His verse was cool on
The
that.
verse was great.
His verse was cool on that. Might be the next Mike Brown where you rolling that. That shit, yeah, he went crazy. He went crazy. Not even
I
gonna
don't
front.
know, but I hate the Fab. I
Slander?
understand. Yeah, I understand.
It can't be slander when you this consistent.
A lot of niggas fell off though. Like a lot of niggas.
This is
fall
30
off
years
after
in.
the time. This
Yeah,
is 30 years.
But how
in.
many fell off like that?
Lil Wayne.
I mean,
Like
it
I
took.
said, I
okay.
said in the group chat, Lil Wayne fall off is worse.
No.
Don't care. Lil Wayne is
that's not
garbage.
worse.
That Carter
Because the
5
thing
shit
is,
was
like,
bad.
Wayne had such a high,
Carter 6,
high.
whatever the
Like,
fuck
there's
it
no,
was.
like,
I
you
gotta
gotta come
hear
down
that.
from that. Fab was never, ever that high.
Yeah,
But
no,
Wayne's
a lot of people wasn't,
high
though.
to his low, the margin is large. It's
The thing is,
very large.
You said it's TRAE Young's offense and defense.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
I ain't gonna lie. Wayne had a couple phases that I can't just.
Lil
sweep
Wayne is
under the
D
rug.
Will.
He had a punk rock phase that.
All right,
we
but
ain't
check
gonna-
They
this.
both dropped a song right now. I'm going to check Lil Wayne.
Exactly. I was gonna say,
hell no.
at least like Wayne still gets a listen. Fab,
Nah.
when's the last time Fab dropped a project? Did he drop one this year?
Yeah, he dropped.
I did
one
not listen.
last month.
Yeah, listen.
I
actually listened
didn't
to
even
Carter
care.
5
I did too.
and a
And
couple songs.
He said for a couple songs.
I listened to a couple songs on both,
They both were.
and I like the first two songs on Fab shit.
I can't even tell you I listened to
Alright.
Carter 5. I probably have and not even realized I have. So I was just living with two Wayne heads who just all these dudes live, eat, breathe, sleep, Wayne.
but you know what the fuck though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3,
Oh,
2,
my
1,
God.
go. You know that.
That's that's bad.
That's not a bad song.
That's bad.
How was that a bad song?
That was Gaga, bro.
Bro, if Fab made it, you'd be like, oh my God,
No,
Fab's,
I would
Fab's
not.
back.
This whole project Fab
Bro,
just dropped. I
y-
just
y'all
said
were
we could've
sleeping
did
on
this
Fab. Y'all were calling him Vince Carter.
He just dropped an apology tape for Emily B because he got caught cheating.
He did?
No,
That's basically
he
what that
beat her
is.
up, nigga.
That's basically what that is. That tape is a Lovebird tape. It's not even like a Fab bar for bar tape. It's like a lot of slow, for your lady songs.
Fab be killing me on IG.
Did y'all see the meme?
I love it.
Bro, that's the
I
thing.
love it.
Yo,
I pray to be that corny.
Fab came into the decade the king of Twitter. Like Fab ran Twitter in
Yeah, it wasn't
2010.
even
Like
close.
it was not close. And
The
like this is who he
hashtags
is
and
now.
all that
bro.
shit. Like, yeah.
It was crazy. This is who he's become. I think we're good to end.
For sure.
Any
You got any other
closing statements for the
statements?
decade or year?
any
Drake is gonna be the first artist to repeat artist of the decade.
What? Oh, he's gonna repeat artist.
Yeah, he's gonna repeat this decade.
Damn,
That's supposed
he
to.
probably could.
I think he could.
At the
Because like we
trajectory
said,
of
there's nobody that you're listening to like, damn, this nigga might run a decade. Like
Nah,
in
I was about to say-
2010 we thought it was gonna be Drake and J. Cole. Like we knew Drake and J. Cole, and then like when did Kendrick come? 11?
Mm-hmm.
Then Kendrick came, we were like, oh, this top tier. And then we had Big Sean and Meek. Like
Yeah.
like that growing up, we had that core. That was 5.
Yeah.
That was like a starting 5 of rap right there.
You know who was in there too at the beginning of the decade?
Who?
Wale.
Wale was damn sure up
Easy.
there. Damn sure up there. He dropped a tape this year.
He did. The album is
Did
really
you
good.
listen to
Really
it?
good.
Yeah.
Son, I don't
Really
know.
good.
Bro,
Wale, he be pissing me off.
Wale ruined it for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got in his feels.
But yeah, it was a really good album.
Kanye for president 2024.
Anyways.
Please don't make this any more of a Simpson episode that we're living in than it already is now.
Kanye 2024. Cash your vote.
Already a Simpson episode.
All right, Mom's calling you. So we're gonna wrap it up. Clapboards 4-5. Lots of merch coming and already dropped. 45.com. Peep it. Follow us. Happy New Year. Goodbye.